Hi, everyone, and happy Sunday. Just wanted to reach out to you all today. And since we're not having our typical church services, I wanted to just really give you an opportunity to connect with me, to connect with the metaphysical message on a Sunday morning. So, this is just a fun and interesting way for us to do this. I haven't done this in a while. Let me just adjust things a little bit for us. Make sure, is that right? Yeah, that's pretty good. There we go. There we go. Now he's handsome. Right? Okay, so really today I want to talk about overcoming fear and worry. It's on everybody's mind. We want to eliminate the static of fear that is in our mind and in our body. And the static that we talk about, it's bad. Those are bad habits, y'all. Those are bad habits of negative thoughts, and those have to be really plucked from the garden of the mind. Worry and fear are not based in reality. And we've got to stop wasting life force energies, because what we need to understand is that fear is really due to a lack of understanding of a situation. There's no internal reflection taking place on the events or the facts or the situations around us. We've got to be cautious, because I want us to be cautious of disease, but not really fearful of disease when you think about it, okay? Does that make sense to you? You know, let's talk about weeds in the garden, since I've already put that analogy out there. We have some handsome people out there in the world who worry that someone else is better looking than them, don't they? We've got wealthy people who worry that other people are wealthier than they, and then we've got poor people who are worried that people are richer than them, right? That's all they're focused on. So when you change your mind, you change your what? Life. That's exactly right. I know I heard you guys say that through the airwaves, right? All my little A-plus listeners. Listen, we got to break free of these bad habits of worry and fear. And the key is this: we've got to surrender to the divinity that is within us. Folks, every life situation has a divine purpose and a significance. There's a reason why things are happening in our life. There's a reason why there's tragedies and dark clouds in our life. God works through all situations, good, bad, and ugly, right? And when we are aligning ourselves 100% to this truth, it helps us transcend, it helps us overcome, it helps us really break through, walk through the fire of the fears and the worry, okay? Poor people, let me say this. When I go out to Mexico, when I go out to the Philippines, when I go out to India, there are poor people in the world who have nothing, and I'm not joking. These people are living in cardboard houses, living in pieces of wood and metal that are tacked together like you cannot imagine, in precarious and very dangerous situations. I wish I had a picture I could show you. It'd blow your mind. But folks, these people have one eye, or maybe they have one arm, or maybe they have one leg. But what do you see? These people are so happy in life, right? Now, we also know these other people in life, they have all the blessings in the world, they've got all the favor, they've got great lives, yet they find fault with everything. They find problems in everything. Why is that? What's the root of that worry and the fear? Is that these people are stuck in the problem, and they're not willing to go inward to look to see why it's taking place in their life. And so what I want us to understand is that we've got to wake up. We've got to recognize that these people, really ourselves, we've got to realize that we have to get in harmony. That's a good word. I like that word. Thank you, Spirit. We've got to get in harmony with divine spirit, with a divine plan, because there is a divine purpose for our life, right? There's a divine purpose for our soul, and we call those soul blueprints or life plans, if you will. These are overarching themes in our life that our soul has chosen to experience, and these apply to us. Life isn't happening to you. This is key. Life isn't happening to you. Life is happening for you. That's how amazing this divine plan is. Our soul has put into play situations that bless us and burden us, but allow our soul to grow and to evolve. How do we overcome situations in our life? I say it all the time, don't I? Change your mind, which is changing your thoughts when you think about it, and you'll begin to change your life, right? And there's a fear that's going around of us catching a cold, let's say. And that fear of catching a cold makes you actually more susceptible to it. Why is that? We understand because where our thoughts go, energy flows, right? Did you hear me on that? Where our thoughts go, our energy flows. If we have a fear of catching a disease that literally begins to build grooves in the record of our mind, it imprints into our very nature to receive that thing, because what we send out to the universe is returned to us, and it's more likely to manifest in our life. You guys know this stuff. I'm just preaching to the choir. If worrying thoughts arrive in your mind, you've got to change your mind. You got to reflect on the divine plan for you. And also begin to think about the divine plan for everything around you. The birds that I hear in my garden, the clouds that are overhead, the plants in the area. Begin to think about what's taking place around you. Think about these scenarios, folks. Now, I know some people don't like spiders. It's okay. These are God's little creatures. But if a spider's web is suddenly destroyed because a bird has flown into it, and then the spider rebuilds it, was there ever any fear or worry in the spider? No. If lightning strikes a tree and it falls over, it just continues to grow. There's no fear. There's no worry in the tree. If an eagle experiences turbulence in the air, well, I know that they probably don't because they're so brilliant flyers, but if an eagle drops its catch of salmon, is there any fear and any worry? No. Again, I say this, if worrying thoughts arise in our lives, you got to change your mind. You've got to you've got to reflect on the divine plan for you and everything around you. Have firm conviction. That's what I want you to hear today. Have firm conviction. Worry and fear, those are habits that we've got to break. Let me tell you something. When I was a teenager, probably definitely throughout my whole teenage years, when I was a teen, I was jumpy, I was nervous, things scared me very easily. I got tired of it. I got tired of being surprised and scared and things thrown at me by friends and family, and they thought it was funny. I decided to stop getting so easily scared, and I actually made an effort. Now, nothing scares me. I don't know if you've ever noticed in church, when things fall, or when doors open or doors slam, or people come in or people go out, do you see that faze me? No, because it doesn't. And I've learned actually through meditation, it has brought a center of peace into my spirit, that things do not get me out of sorts or out of balance, even in the operating room where I work. Loud noises, things falling, blood flying, those things don't worry me. I don't allow them to. I control my emotions. They don't control me, because life is happening for me, not to me. Okay? And what I want you to understand is that with these virus fears that we are dealing with, let's start affirming every day the following, okay? Divine Spirit is always with me. I am protected. And then we mentally surround ourselves with the Spirit or the cosmic light of God, and we think inside, any germ or virus that attacks me will be neutralized. And what I love to do is Om. And so let's do that now. So this is how we do it. Om. Deep breath in. Om. Deep breath in. Om. I've centered myself in peace. I can feel that resonance throughout my body, temple, throughout my auric field, really. And I have centered myself. Perfect. Hey, Do you want a powerful shield like that? A powerful shield of protection? And I know Archangel Michael is amazing, but let's take our own action, okay? We've got to be personally responsible for our own soul's journey. And when we put into play this new mindset, this new spiritual vibration within ourselves, that's our best shield of protection. Amen? Y'all, I want to encourage you to be fearless in the coming weeks, in the coming months. If fear comes to your mind, I want you to stop it immediately. Stop it in its track. Center yourself. Do what I just showed you. Put your hand, and actually, let's do this. Put your hand over your heart and move it left to right, okay? And say, Divine Spirit, I am free. Remove this fear from my heart. And just keep rubbing your heart. Keep concentrating on removing the fear. Got it? Does that make any sense? Isn't that easy? That makes sense? I find it very very empowering. And I just want you to understand that when we do this, y'all, we are creating right now a community of immunity. That's how easy it is. I love this stuff. Friends, I want you to understand, rest in joy in that beautiful, powerful peace, knowing God's power is yours. And I want you to understand that powerful peace it brightens you. It takes you really to a resonance, a frequency that is incredibly bright. And I don't know what else to say about fear and worry, but I really feel like that's the message that needs to come through my spirit today, because y'all, you're incredibly bright, incredibly loving, incredibly kind by your very nature. Let's not forget that fear is, as we always say, false evidence appearing real. Can I get an amen up in here? All right, now let's be politically correct. How about an A women, right? All right. Y'all, I just want you to keep shining, and until next week, I want you to be blessed and be favored, because guess what? You are. And I love you guys. All right, namaste.